Alright guys, 2018 is about to end and it's finally time to recap the year, not in the traditional sense where I edit together a montage nobody wants to watch, but instead breaking down the top 5 best custom minifigures I made throughout the year. Now 2018 for me personally was definitely full of more downs than ups probably, but ultimately I think hands down it was the best year, not only for the minifig customizing community, but also just the entire LEGO community as a whole. 2018 was just filled with so much creativity and so much inspiration that has really left me pretty excited for 2019. But making this top 5 list was a little bit difficult and I'm not necessarily sure that I'll be happy with it by tomorrow, but we're making the video anyway, so beginning with number 5, Okoye from Black Panther. This is definitely the most detailed minifigure I've made in 2018. Black Panther and the entire culture of Wakanda brought us so many detailed designs, and after really loving Okoye in Black Panther, I knew that I absolutely had to make her in LEGO, but like I said, the detail was insane. It was a very long and slow painting process, especially all that detail that you see on the front. It was very tedious, but I'm so happy with how all of it turned out, and I think she goes really well with Black Panther himself and Killmonger. Next up, number 4, the Iron Spider suit from Avengers Infinity War. This minifigure was definitely intense and a little bit difficult. Of course, painting webbing is never an easy task, which is why you usually see only 1 or 2 Spider-Man minifigures a year from me, but I think so far this is definitely the best Spider-Man minifigure I have ever made. The webbing turned out exactly how I wanted it to, and the entire suit wound up looking more clean than I was expecting, and painting the LEGO compatible mini-made spider pincers really topped it all off, even though those alone took like 7 hours, and I don't even want to know how long the rest of the entire minifigure took, but it was so worth it, and like I said, I'm really proud of this one. Next up, number 3 already, the Iron Man Mark 50 suit, also from Avengers Infinity War. This minifigure again turning out exactly how I had imagined, finally losing those amazing armory bulky torso pieces from the start, and then painting everything to the best of my ability through the process of selection, and looping in Andrew over at AV Figures to make this into a collab, because he of course made the air flaps using a freaking laser cutting machine. It was not only a crazy process to paint this entire suit, but Andrew also went through a crazy process in designing those air flaps, and it was such a privilege being able to paint them. This is absolutely, thanks to him, without a doubt, the best Iron Man suit I think I've ever made. Number 2, Killmonger from Black Panther, a minifigure that came very close to taking the number 1 spot. Just like Okoye, an incredibly detailed minifigure with an entire subtle camouflage pattern running beneath all of the gold paintwork that you see running throughout. The helmet, of course, just like Black Panther, started out as a Batman cowl before I did a lot of modding and sculpting over it, so I got the shape of the helmet before I did all of that really detailed painting that you see. Then, of course, the 3D necklace and the teeth that are on the front, I think really topped off the minifigure as being one of the best I personally think I've ever done. I probably could have done a little bit better on the weapons, but I don't really think they take away from the minifigure that much at all, which is why Ndajaka still holds the number 2 spot. And finally, number 1, you probably guessed it, the best minifigure of 2018 goes to the big purple guy with his deadly Skittles. Thanos is sending us off into 2019. This big fig, I think, is some of my best work. Absolutely everything I wanted this to be and more. The Infinity Gauntlet turning out exactly as I hoped it would. This is hands down my favorite big fig I have ever made. Not the most complex I've ever made. That still goes to Gladiator Hulk, but this was still a crazy process of sculpting and painting. But whenever I think about 2018, I know that I'm always going to immediately think back to Thanos, because I absolutely am still so proud of how he turned out, and that is why I think he represents 2018, and that is why I gave him the number 1 spot. It's going to be absolutely nuts making him with his armor very shortly, but we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I'll see you guys then for the Avengers Endgame showcase and everything I have coming before. Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption 2 will be our first showcase in 2019, shortly followed by the advanced suit from Spider-Man PS4, and on top of that, additional minifigures celebrating the 10th anniversary of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Star Wars The Clone Wars before the solo Captain Marvel showcase, and then finally, of course, the Avengers Endgame showcase. Probably not going to be the biggest showcase I've ever were done because half of them got erased, but you're definitely going to see some of my best work in that video, and I think you guys are going to be blown away. I've got a lot of really great ideas. The list for the showcase has already been made, and it's available over on Patreon. If you do want to consider supporting the channel, I would love to have you. Otherwise, I'll be posting previews for all of this over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook before all those videos make it to the channel here. And finally, that is it for this video. Not sure if it'll be my last in 2018, because I do still want to maybe kick out a video or two. We'll see. But if it is, thank you so much for making 2018 not only the best year for my channel, but the best year for the entire LEGO community as a whole. None of this would be possible without you. So thank you once again for all of your support, and I'll see you on the 2019 side. All right, guys, take care and Happy New Year.